show, Dada.
Yeah. That groove, it just goes so hard, man. It just goes hard in the paint.
Feels good. Feels
real good, man. Love it. Well, you know what it is, man. It's Friday nights. You know what that means. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, pump it up.
Assuming I can still call you that. Welcome to the most organic conversation on the internet. Welcome to Up to It, Down to It. We about to have a good time, man. I'm excited. As you can see, we are nining it up. And you know these conversations get real good when it's the nines at the helm. Big shout out to Rich. He's taking care of some stuff, being a dad, being a husband, handling business, man. So we're going to hold it down on your behalf, my friend. Misha, as always, and Q will be on a little bit later on. You may hear some random sounds in the atmosphere from him, but
the voice of the Lord.
it certainly seemed that way for sure. Hey, man, look. With that being said, man, y'all know what it is, man. I'm the great and terrible Trey, man. I'm looking forward to tonight. We got a good one. And this is sure to stir up some conversation, I'm sure.
It wouldn't be right if we didn't.
That's what we do, man. Shooting for cancellation early, ladies and gentlemen. You know, whatever that means, because words used to mean things.
And everything in between is what we're saying
here. Whatever those are in between. Hey, man, that said, let's get to it, man. You got let's go ahead with the intro right here to what's on my right on the screen, my left, and my person, whatever. He's here, the immovable force, man. Talk to us, dog.
The only other person. Hey, what it do, everybody?
The only other person.
Glad to be here with you all. We appreciated the energy last week. Definitely helped to get me through. And excited to be here with you all tonight. We're having a little bit of everything going on. So in the red cup, because we got to do our black-owned things. This is Ciroc VSOP. Mo, I'm looking at you. See, it's dark. It's a French brandy, excellent taste. So I got that going with the Coke. When we take our shots, because we're up to it for everything. It's already poured. This is Jolie. We're staying with the VSOP. So this one's 5 years old. Absolutely beautiful. Want to give y'all a piece of history. I'm holding on to this bad boy and we'll never open it. It's actually got dust on it and everything. That's how long I've had it. So on the Eastern Shore of Maryland is the Harriet Tubman Museum. And this was a wine that was created for a fundraising effort for that museum from a winery, called Layton's Chance in I can't even think. It's on the Eastern Shore, though. Look it up. And so they created this wine, and proceeds from it went to benefit the Harriet Tubman Museum, which Harriet Tubman's path on the Underground Railroad went through that area, like all up and through it. So this is actually fantastic. Like I said, I'm not opening up this one because I know it'll be worth something someday. But that's a little piece of Black history for you all. So drink up and, also hydrate. We got that too, because it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's going to be a long one. That's what she said. Hey, yo.
I got
Yeah. Man, we up to it early. I see you. I'm gonna go ahead and take a preliminary shot before we get to the main topic here. I gotta do a toast real quick. First of all, big shout out to my homies over at Just a Fan podcast, man. These guys are always here to get us ready for football season, which is now finally upon us. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Absolutely jacked up. Big shout out for football season. So let's go ahead and take a shot for that. Up to it, down to it. I don't know how we do it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, man.
That is beautiful.
I'm not drinking that. I just have Crown Apple, but it gets the job done for
That was
tonight. That's
that was beautiful too, though.
yeah, always, always. Yvette was good. What up, sis?
Have you on, sis?
Yeah.
Uh,
Good to have you on. What up, T? Always good to see you
Yeah.
all. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So yeah, man. Listen, football season, and we're gonna tie these into the main topic here real quick. I don't know about you. I'm fired up. I will say, as a Tampa Bay fan,
Y'all a little stressed right now, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a stressful time right now.
Sure.
We got injuries all over, and Tom Brady is, he's the GOAT, but he's 44 or
Father,
something like
father,
that.
Father Time is undefeated.
Father Time is undefeated, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and light one up for my man, the GOAT. Nah, he's going. I think he'll still get us to the playoffs. So I'm excited. I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic for the team there. I'm excited about the Ravens. We're gonna see. This is gonna be a proven year. So both my teams really they got proven years this season. So I might have to sit back quietly, but I still love the sport. So
Yeah, I'm like one season away from putting my fandom on sale. I am whatever we are right now, Redskins, Commanders, football team. We're something. The ones in burgundy and gold. I'm their fan. Washington
what
native.
what are we calling them now? What are they?
I don't know. We're generals. We're astronauts.
What?
We're Washington politicians. I don't know. We're something.
What?
But what I will say
Crazy.
is, Ron, Riverboat Ron has done a fantastic job of changing the culture, at least with the players. Our owner is a piece of trash, but from the coach down, I think we're headed in the right direction. So I expect maybe a 9-7, like a 10-6 on the like ceiling kind of scene.
Yeah, I was gonna say you think that high up. I think they're probably the second best team in the NFC East.
Yeah, just and it's always everything. You got to stay healthy. You got to start clicking at the right time, and you can't beat yourself by making mistakes. So, and I think Ron does a good job of keeping us from making mistakes that beat ourselves. But we do see some very good teams this year, so we'll see what happens.
Somebody always chooses violence in the comments.
That's why my face turned. As soon as I saw it, my face
See,
turned. Okay.
this is why we don't talk sports on here, because somebody always chooses violence. Last time we talked about baseball, go Yankees, and somebody had to jump in there talking about how they can't stand the Yankees. You're a hater. We got 27 rings. You're a hater. You're a hater.
And but the Cowboys are America's team. But I mean, it's perfect for America. Like the hopes are too high, and it always disappoints.
Go ahead, Cowboy fans. Sound off. Sound off. What y'all think? What y'all think about that? Shots fired early. The Cowboys do always disappoint, though, and that's real. That's real. Listen. Yvette, I love you, but
Every year,
Cowboy,
every year is the Super Bowl year.
every year,
But
man. You let Skip Bayless tell it, man. They win in every single season, going 16-0.
Can't win a playoff game. But every year is a Super Bowl year.
Every year, I tell you, man. I'm about tired of hearing their fanfare. I'm tired of hearing oh my God, the Cowboys are the best young, strong team in the NFL. And then they go on a 5-game, 6-game losing streak. They lose, 7 of their last 9 games or something like that.
Everything is bigger in Texas, including the exaggerations.
Mm.
Where we going from here?
Including the letdowns.
Yes.
And speaking of letdowns and exaggerations, here we go. Here we go. So you guys already probably saw it. I figured, considering the content of tonight's conversation, this is pretty appropriate place to start. In fact, we'll decide. We'll decide real quick. Nah, screw it. We're gonna jump into it. So this is the guy, y'all saw it. The guy flew the girl out.
She got flued out.
She got flued out.
And she got put out.
She got put right back on the shelf. So we
Not
about
the
to go
first.
up to it.
just to show.
It just, I mean, just put it right back. Yeah. So I'm going. I'm getting my shot glass ready. Y'all get your glasses ready. We're gonna talk about being flued out or being canceled. Ooh. All right. So we're gonna have some fun with this one. I said you might need two shots. So y'all get ready. Comments, y'all get ready to sound off on this one. Um, so the story that, as far as I know, the story goes, the man flew the girl out to LA, I believe it was, and you know, I think she stayed for maybe a day or so, something like that. But it came time where he wanted to clap cheeks. Just call it what it is. He wanted to clap cheeks, and she was like, or no. So fair or foul? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. So she said or no, and he said, I say less. You gonna have to figure out your own way back to wherever you came here from. You gonna have to get your own flight. It's canceled. It's a wrap. You figure it out. Fair or foul, Kev?
All right, glad
Let me
to
get my man some FaceTime real quick. Hold on, here we go. Bow.
all right, very glad to be in the building. If you see, I had to, not that I couldn't see y'all, but I just wanted to see y'all better. Now I'm gonna call it foul. And Trey, if we can begin by agreeing that we don't, well, there, let's have two agreements here. One, I believe that this whole thing was staged. Um,
Absolutely.
we're, we're
Absolutely.
we're in the age of social media where N words are gonna do anything for clicks and views. So I feel like first of all, this whole thing is staged, but it's a
Facts.
scenario that we can discuss because if I'm a dude who expected to get some and didn't get any, I'm not recording me putting you out for not giving me any. Like that just makes
Exactly.
me look bad. So we're gonna call it fake. All right, that's our first agreement. Second agreement, we don't know every detail to this story. Can we agree on
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. All,
So
all of this is speculation.
okay,
All
so we
speculation.
all right. So from there, we got to make some assumptions. So I'm gonna call it foul. And the reason is because if the guy flew her out, then anything short of her disrespecting him, which I don't believe her saying no to sex is disrespect, then he should have taken care of her from that point. Like sex is not the end all be all of every like get together or get like interaction between a man and a woman. So like not having sex does not mean kick her out your place. Now I will say if she like talked her way into the flight, by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna come there and put it on you," and then was like, "No," he's well within his rights, which she can change her mind at any time. However, if that's the way you found your way in, then I am gonna put you out. But if she, if they just agreed to like get together and he volunteered to pay, which I have seen, dudes will slide in your DMs real quick and talk the greatest of talks. Oh, baby, I just want to take you shopping. I just, why don't you come to the club, bottles on me, drinks on me, come over to the crib. I'll fly you out to Cabo and Tulum and Paris. And like they talk a good game if they got the money for it and have these expectations, but like they're trying to lead with their money. So like I'm gonna call them foul.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Um, I'll make another agreement with you that I don't disagree with that necessarily. All
Okay.
right. However, because I like starting riots, I'm gonna say it's fair. All right. And here's why. Here's why. You kind of hinted at it. Now, again, we don't know the details. I'm speculating. All right. Okay. Okay. Maybe even projecting a little bit based on how I would treat the situation. All right. Okay. Let's get that out the way. Now, I, I say fair because I find it hard to believe that a man would fly you out and not have had the conversation about that. Like, knowing that there's going to be a return on his investment, I find it hard to believe that that conversation would not have taken place. Now, let me also be very clear. If there was no conversation prior to, if there was no, innuendo, no, yeah, I'm a rock the sheets and clap the cheeks. If there was nothing like that, no conversation like that, then all of this is out the window. It's foul. Okay. He's a dick, he's an asshole, and all of that. He's a dick and an asshole. Fuck that guy. Right. But I'm gonna err on the side of caution. I'm gonna give him credit. I'm gonna assume that they had a conversation, and because of said conversation, there was an expectation. To what to your point, if there's an expectation of this and you say no, you can say no. You can say no, ain't nobody mad. But if this was the agreement, what the agreed upon arrangement, and you now say no, then I'm not responsible for you. I mean, you got to find your own way home. I think that's fair. You got to find your own way home. You okay? You figure it out. Now, again, we probably think this is all fake, all of that too. But hypothetically speaking, yeah, you have no rights. It almost goes back to the overnight scenario conversation we had a few weeks back.
Mm.
The girl that expected to be able to still sleep in the man's bed after turning him down. She still felt entitled to sleep in his bed. And I think that's wild. So based on that, I'm gonna say fair-ish. Caveat being because there is a possibility that he just assumed that she understood the assignment, so to speak.
And I think that is where the disconnect happens. I think, like, and as we constantly talk about communication, between man and woman, I think this is one of those places where it breaks down.
Yeah.
Just because there is an energy, and I think Tasha said in the comments, like, if there was a real connection forming, that possibility is there. So if the connection is forming, if I'm like, the man could have developed feelings faster than her. And of course, like, when we get to developing feelings, like, that thing becomes physical probably faster than it becomes emotional. And so, if, he, if he's got feelings for her, he probably was looking to take that thing to the next level in that way.
Hmm.
She may
Hmm.
have been developing feelings, but if they're away from each other, like, I want to come and spend some time with you to see if, like, the conversations line up with who you actually are in person.
Sure.
So that's
Sure.
where a disconnect then happens, because for what it's worth, they're both looking for the same thing, to build on what was happening apart. But I want to build on it physically, while I want to build on it, with quality time and, possibly, cuddling. Who's to say she didn't, kiss him, or, whatever. But, like, sex may not be, like, the first thing on her mind. I doubt it was, because
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
said no. And so, like, that's where I think, like, it's that, what we call it, implied consent. Like, he thinks
Yeah. Yeah.
because she's feeling him, that means she's willing to have sex. So, like, that, especially because y'all are coming together from a distance, that has to be an explicit conversation. And I guess for me, he's the foulest part is that he recorded the dismissal. Like,
Yeah.
it'd be one thing, like, to, if we found this on Twitter as just a rant that was had after all of this took place. Hey, let me
Yeah.
tell you all about this girl who blah blah blah, blah, and Twitter fingers, like, got real gangster. Like, then, I could kind of look at it a little different. But if you're literally pulling up to the airport with your phone in her face, like, oh yeah, you wasn't about to give me no pussy, so you gotta, like, get out my whip. Oh yeah, and I canceled your flight. Like, that's an ego thing, and that's why I think it's on the foul side.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I could totally agree with the way he went about it. Again, that's all the more reason why, I think it was fake. And if it wasn't fake, it was certainly not the most masculine move. I'll put it that way so I don't
Very
offend anybody.
we're here to not offend people.
You're right. That was a feminine ass move, especially coming from a guy. Straight up. Straight up. That's a feminine ass move. And again, even if she wasn't, no, okay, let me go back. Let me go back before I go to that. You mentioned they probably had a conversation. They were probably trying to get to know each other, and the intent maybe was the same, right? So she probably wanted to get to know him as a person, and maybe he wanted to get to know her, inside her person's that part. So is it possible that he felt that he capitulated to her once in that they got to hang out, chill? I saw there was an extended cut video where he was like, I took you out, took you out, got you food, got you dinner or whatever, you slept in my bed and the shower and all that stuff, So is it possible that he felt he capitulated to her and therefore I don't want to say entitled, but felt entitled
It's the only word
to some
sitting on
cheeks. That is the only word, because
my
that's
yeah,
what it is for real. I didn't want to say entitled, but that's what it is.
yeah.
He felt entitled to some cheeks because he capitulated to what she wanted.
And I think that's what we see all too often. Like, and that's probably I think I went back to Twitter because Twitter's just hilarious in this way. Like, we argue, I feel like every quarter we argue about the $200 date. And so people, feel like if I spend a certain amount of money, it's a group of niggas, that's what we're gonna call them, that feel like if I spend a certain amount of money, that then entitles me to a piece of ass. And like, that's like, those things are not like, there's not a correlation between the two. Like, you could in theory have a free date. I'm gonna pick you up, we can go to the park, we can walk, sit and talk, I push you in the swings. It's the cutest thing we've ever seen. And then you could go home and clap them cheeks, and that cost you nothing. Or you could, hey,
But that might not get her attention though.
it might not, but it might, because it might be a different approach than, let me just take you to dinner and a movie, because that's so traditional. So to just like put me in nature, it's peaceful, it's serene, we can see some things. Like, even if you take me to a place that I've never been before. So this is, tell me about this park. What do you know? Like, have you learned some history about it? What can you teach me while we're there? That looks different. So that could be a turn on for a woman, because you taught her something, you showed her something new, and you could clap them cheeks because of that experience, and it cost you nothing. And we've also seen, hey, let's pop bottles in the club, come in the section, I got hookah, I got whatever, whatever, whatever. Now at the end of the night, I got a $2,000 tab, so I'm expecting to, and it don't end like that, and there's disappointment there. So like, your money does not guarantee you that you're going, lay the pipe at the end of the night.
I, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm gonna say, while I don't disagree because it certainly doesn't entitle you to anything, um, I can understand the thought process um, there in that men tend to be more transaction focused, right? I did this, so I should get that, right? Um, and while that isn't necessarily the best way to go about things, I could totally I get that. Um, you know, it's weird because on the one hand, it absolutely doesn't entitle you to anything. On the other hand, when you read some of the signals and women, tend to give signs as though they're gonna be, down for all the shits. If you buying bottles or you buying drinks or whatever it is, they totally will lead you on to believe that it's about to go down at the end of the night based on how we going. So while no, they're not entitled, I could totally understand where it's like, man, hold up. I did this. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to do this. And now I have no return on my investment. One thing I used to say years ago about, strip clubs, and shout out to the strippers, all good. I support it, all good. But but with that said, one of the reasons I had one of my issues with it was I was like, this is a negative one or a strong potential for a negative 100% return on my investment, right? Not a 0% return on my investment, a negative 100% return on my investment. right? I spent money that's not coming back, and there's no other thing coming back in return necessarily, right? So, if that's the case, and that's the case for most people, like for most people pop, throw ones, hundreds, whatever it is in the club and go home by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that to me that's a negative return on your investment, in my opinion. That's why I wouldn't do it. So to that, I would say to all the fellas out here doing that kind of stuff, in my opinion, what you should do is secure the box before you open the bag.
I can't argue.
Okay.
I can't argue with that. What I would say, and like, so I know we talked about the strip club thing before, and
Mhm.
return on investment. I like literally as you were talking, I kind of thought about it in a different way. When we go to the strip club, we are, I'll say,
Paying for the entertainment in a
as
sense.
you say, bare minimum,
Yeah,
our
yeah, yeah, yeah.
expectation is entertainment.
Right.
So if you get nothing else but entertainment, you got what you were
You got what
looking
you
for.
came for. Right.
Because you knew what you were getting into when you walked in. So it's not
Hmm.
like you had no idea. Except for this one time, undergrad was a wild time. I got invited to like a birthday party, and it was like, hey, we're meeting up at such and such a lounge. Come on through. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go have a couple drinks, whatever. So I walk in, and like there was nothing going on. So we, sat down in this section and, had a couple drinks. And then next thing I know, I hear coming to the stage is blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, shoot, they do like, live music and entertainment here. And they were like, yeah, it's something like that. And I turned around, and coming down the steps with the heels this high was a thing. And I was like, oh, shoot, I wasn't ready for this. I had a $5 bill in my
A
pocket.
thing.
I mean,
A thing.
no, it was a woman, and she was a
Oh,
stripper, and I
oh,
just
okay, okay,
it was a
okay.
thing to me because I had no idea that that's what I was walking into, because it like it was just a lounge, and of course Baltimore has a million lounges, so I just
Yeah.
thought it was a lounge like any other lounge until it wasn't. I had a $5 bill in my pocket, and that was it. So she got my five, but like I wasn't prepared for what I walked into. But when you know you're going to a strip club, you know exactly what you're getting into. So bare minimum, you're getting entertainment. I guess my question would
That's fair.
be, is as men, is our focus, or is our like understanding of return of investment too narrow, in that we expect like a bullet point transaction to what takes place. So if I'm genuinely interested in you, and you didn't have to, which I know this may be simple, but you didn't have to give me your time, give me your attention, because we as men are like the pursuers. If you just gave me your attention and a chance to like genuinely get to know you, is that not a return on the investment if we put something into it? Like, does it immediately have to be about what physically takes place? Because like that woman, could pour into you in just with just her conversation. If we're talking about like goals and dreams, she may say to you, oh, as you share, well, I have a business idea to, open up my own restaurant. If she says, oh, hey, by the way, I know such and such who's looking to invest in blah, 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 share this with me and I can pass it along to, like, that could be the
Yeah,
return on
fruitful
investment.
conversation. Yeah.
So like if our only focus of our interaction is clapping the cheeks at the end of the night, we could miss what is like a bigger benefit to us because our expectation for transaction was merely physical.
I don't disagree with that. I would say the one thing I would say to that is, this also assumes that wanting to clap your cheeks means that I'm interested in you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying
So,
that, like, interested in wanting to get to know you on a more personal level. That doesn't necessarily mean that. Now, should it? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. But that's not always the case for us or for them, for men or for women, for real.
because I my question for that is, then if because we're talking about this scenario that we started with, why in the hell would I do all of that just for that? Like, why fly it out when you can jump on a dating app and swipe a few times and find somebody who's 5 to 15 miles away from you? If you're just trying to clap cheeks, like, why?
That's a great question. I would the only answer I can offer for that is because men will they will
Because we
give
will.
attention to what gives us attention.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna give attention to what gives us attention. Like there was a quote I heard a little while back. It was like, women fuck who they want and men fuck who we can. I mean, that's not untrue. I mean, I don't disagree with that for the most part. By and large, that's for the most part that's true. It's also equally true that men marry who we want and women marry who they can. So,
I'm
you
a
know,
yeah. I
to,
feel like the comments are about to turn up, but we'll wait for that to.
go
Yeah, we'll
for
wait
it.
for that
Bring
to
it.
happen. Yeah, I
Bring
want
it.
y'all to, women,
Bring it.
let us know if we right, wrong, and different. Yeah, no, I
But
can't.
to that point, if it's true that men, we fuck who we can, um, then who we can would be the one that gives us attention. So if the one that gives us attention on the Tinder swipe ain't none of the ones in the area, but it's the one, if I live in California, it's the one that lives in fucking Idaho, the one of the 5 black women that live in Idaho, and I'm gonna fly her out to LA. You know what I'm saying? Like I, I would, yeah, I mean maybe. Um, Also, a fool and his money soon part. So there's that too.
What they
You
say,
know,
you'll never uh, lose women chasing money, but you'll lose money chasing women.
chasing women all day. That is a legit proverb
We
right
hear
there.
dropping gems. Are y'all listening? Are
I
y'all
hope
listening?
y'all. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all listening.
I didn't
Let
even
us know in
realize
the comments.
I didn't even realize I rhymed. You better lay the pipe at the end of the night. Listen, I'm a poet, and y'all, some of y'all do know it, but you know,
Hey,
yeah,
that's what happens. That's what
that's
happens,
you
dog.
know,
That's what
I
it
stay
is.
sharp. My tools stay sharp, giggity. You know,
That part. Ah, see what he did there? He's here all night, ladies and gentlemen. He's here all night. He's here all night. Yeah, we
we
get it in all night. It's the
like they say,
SSS work.
we're a couple shots in. It's only going to get better or worse depending on what angle you in. You know,
That part. And it's always a good angle. Hey
yeah,
yo.
yeah.
Hey man, let me look at this real quick. What did it say? Yeah, it's a way to go about it. It's completely foul. If he cared like he claimed, her decision would have been respected. I, I agree, but I would say her decision was respected. He didn't, he didn't say, nah, I want that anyway. He's like, okay, cool. Well, that's not what the assignment was. So
Yeah, no, I just think that so I probably, if I could speak for, I think the disrespect comes in with the recording. Like,
agreed.
some people will argue that the disrespect's in the canceled flight, which we can, you'll find people on both sides of that. But I
Sure.
just think the disrespect came in with the recording.
I agree. I
Because why?
agree.
Because why?
Yeah, these
Why?
are conversations we could just have as is. I
Yeah,
agree with that. I agree with that. Better ways to handle stuff for sure.
yeah,
So, all right, that's done. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Leave that one alone.
yeah. What y'all drinking? Let me know what y'all drinking on y'all end. Or
Word. And let me know if anybody is on the grass game tonight. All
or
my 420. Just go ahead and put 420 in the comments if that's how you get down.
or if
Yeah,
you
put that in there.
or if you done had a gummy or a stonio or some something. Yeah,
All of that.
let us know. Let us know. We
We
hope
here
we're
for
not,
all of that.
yeah, we hope we're not the only ones pouring up. I keep looking down because I keep getting monitor notifications. He's asleep, but he's just moving a lot. Yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Because we dads out here too,
We
man.
dads,
So
full time
yeah,
dads,
full
part time
time. Straight up.
podcast, full time dads.
Straight up. Straight up. But speaking of which, let me go ahead and take a couple seconds here to remind y'all to go ahead and hit that like button real quick. All right. Hit the subscribe button as well. And hit the bell so then when we go live or when we drop a video or any of that stuff, man. Take a second to do that real quick. I'm
And
gonna give y'all
and
9 seconds.
tell a friend to pull up. The more y'all talk to us, the more interesting it gets. Yes, eat that. Get a gummy in. How many milligrams? I'm all in your business. I'm trying to see, where you are. Are you Giraffe Neck? Are you Spirit Airlines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they get bought out? Did somebody buy Spirit?
I don't know. I still see them planes flying in the air.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I don't know. I thought
hope
I
so.
saw something
I
like
just,
that.
listen. But Spirit is. I can't knock them though, because they're exactly who they say they are.
Yeah.
They don't lie about it. They listen. We gonna get you from point A to point B, and if you want anything extra, you gonna pay for it. They don't lie about it.
No, and the thing about it is, great transition, by the way. Thank you for that. Yeah, there's no point, there's no point in lying about stuff like that. You know what? Hey, look, man, you are who you are. Be who you are. I don't like being lied to.
If
That's my thing.
someone shows you who they are, believe them. 600.
Whoa!
You you trying to die?
Nah, she trying to float to bed, nigga. She gonna still be asleep on Sunday.
Wow. Six.
I'm here for it.
Whew.
I'm here for it. Shout out to Yvette. She's out here. She's high as a kite. I'm finna catch you. I'm finna catch you. I like this comment here too. At the end of the day, clapping cheeks is just that. And that's why we should be careful in agreeing to do such, because someone will always
Always.
show out and catch feelings.
Always.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Be careful with that anyway, anytime, man.
We seen too many friends with benefit movies. We know how this ends.
That part. That part. We had enough friends with benefits. Undergrad was wild. Anyway.
Yeah. No, Yvette, that's a lot. It came in a pack. You were supposed to take pieces.
What, she just ate one gummy? That's one gummy piece, right? Doesn't that count?
No, if it's 600 milligrams, there probably were multiple ones in there. You should have taken like a piece.
A piece of the gummy? Like you take how big is this gummy?
Listen, I saw Stonios in a pack. There were two large cookies in a pack. That was a 500 milligram pack. 2 cookies. That means each cookie was 250 milligrams. I had half of one cookie. That's 125. Like, I was paranoid for a day, like for an entire day. If she had 600 milligrams, she's.
I can't wait. I can't wait to have this conversation tomorrow morning.
I'm going to check on you when the show's over. I just, like every 5 minutes, I need you to type something so we know that oh, geez. How many peach rings do you? All right. What's the next?
Wait. Hold on. Is the bag 600?
I'm putting
like
money
the whole bag total is 600 or 600 per piece?
I'm putting money on it. The bag was 600, and it's probably like 10 to 12 of them in there, if not more. And she just
so it's probably like 50, 60.
Yeah. If she had one, if she ate the bag, she's wild.
Eat the bag. Eat the bag. Eat the bag. Eat the bag. Okay. All right.
Lord Jesus is a fire.
Okay. I ain't saying nothing else. Okay. Well, anyway, so you know what? There's a couple of ways we can go with this. I'm gonna go to the money part. I'm gonna go back to that, because the story, although a setup, kind of is reminiscent of, remember the guy who went on a date with the girl, or it was a birthday or something like that. She brought 18 friends with her. And that I think that was fair up until that was foul on the girl's part to expect that to just happen. I think that's nuts.
And I think for as much as Al Gore's internet likes to argue over things, I feel like this was that one time where all Black people came together and said she was wrong.
Yeah, you wild for that one. Well, I don't know, man. There is a sect of people that I personally saw that were saying, well, if it was 18 people and it's like doing the math, if it's 18 people, $20 a plate, it's whatever, $400 whatever dollars. I don't know. I didn't do the math, but whatever it is. And they're like, you don't got $400. You don't just have that. You don't just have $800. Well, yeah, I might, but to spend on, the one girl I had interest in, not her and all of her friends. That's absolutely insane.
And that's dumb logic, because I can 100% guarantee you that those 18 girls did not spend $20 a piece.
Oh, guaranteed.
If you're out for your birthday, it's a nice restaurant. Ain't nobody pulling up for a 2 for $24 at Applebee's on a birthday dressed the way that they were dressed. So y'all done already went to a nice restaurant, and by the time you have 2 drinks, you done already spent like $25-$30.
Yeah.
And then your food. So
yeah,
that's dumb math.
We got to kind of like almost at minimum round it up to at least 50 a plate.
At
Not
least.
even counting, at least, and that's assuming they had like one drink and like one entree.
Yeah, I'm more prone to say it was probably $100 a head.
Oh, easy. Yeah.
She was extra wild for that, and then called them broke. Now
Which,
you're walking home.
Oh yeah, you damn sure walking home.
Yeah,
you damn sure walking home. You and all your friends. Y'all better get together. Y'all better get together like Voltron or some shit and have them make you a vehicle out of themselves and drive your ass home. Y'all better split that damn Uber XL 18 ways.
Ease on down the road.
Get out of here. But that brings up like there's some people who, are attracted to things as opposed to being attracted to people, right? So to your point about I could take the your lady out to the park and sit and talk and chat. I think in the comments somebody said that's great for the right person. And I agree with that, but I think there's a very large sect of people who don't fully understand going after relationships for money and what kind of a detriment that could be. So with that said, y'all get y'all drinks ready. We got one more coming up. Next topic here. This one, yeah, here we go. All right, good. This one is about the struggle versus having money. Let's get ready to go up to it. All right, bet. So let's get to it real quick. So this well, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. Let's just go ahead and listen to it, and then you'll understand why we transitioned the way we did. Go ahead.
So we taking the shot first, or?
Oh yeah, we're taking the shot first though. Yeah, my bad. Up to it, down to it. Let's go. Word, facts. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's better. Good catch. All right, let's talk about it. Let's listen to this.
Attracts the person that you want, but your struggle attracts the person that you need. You don't always know who you need, but your struggle will bring somebody and they will come in and deal with your drama. They'll deal with your issues. They'll be able to calm the beast in you. Your struggle will draw the person that you need. Your money will attract the person that you want. But if they come for your money, they'll leave you when your money gets funny. And that's why you need the person that your struggle brings to you. If somebody falls in love with you while you're in a struggle, that's your road dog. They'll lean with you. They'll rock with you. They'll ride with you because you got somebody that was drawn to the struggle because they had an anointing to be able to see greatness in you even when you were in a low place. Great people start out in low places. Money attracts the person that you want, but your struggle attracts the person that you need.
Money attracts the person you want. Your struggle attracts the person you need. Can I get an amen, somebody? Can I get an amen? Amen.
So I want to start with, first of all, the comment that we saw on the side. You can tell people ain't been to church because it said these piano effects are sending me. You can tell they ain't never spent a day. They're not piano effects. That's the move of the spirit. But I'm gonna let them rock. I want to preface this entire conversation with people who, and this is why I loathe the internet at times, because people take the snippet and assume that this is the entire thing. And not once in listening to that message did I assume or believe that his message to the people was go struggle. Like it wasn't go struggle or like you should have to struggle to whatever. It's, there's a grander message. So I always challenge people when you see clips to then go find the entire thing to get the you know
Context.
the
Yeah.
context.
Context
Just
matters.
just like I forget who the pastor was at a Baltimore, like that big I want to say Empowerment Temple or whatever it was at the time. But when he used the phrase in his sermon,
Yo,
these hoes
these
ain't
hoes
loyal,
ain't loyal. Yeah,
right?
Jamal
And
Bryant.
right, and they just took it and ran with it. But like
Yeah.
you missed the entire message because you only heard that one portion. Like, and we do that too much all the time, and that's not just a church thing. Like that's in general. We hear like
Agreed.
the headline and run with it.
Yep.
Back to
Agreed.
our conversation about the "Don't Say Gay" bill. Like, people just see one thing, and that's all they need to make an assumption. So his message is greater than just, oh, you got to struggle. No, it's like the grand scheme of things is in your relationships. You really do need to see every aspect of people, like
Mhm.
because you don't want to be rocked by something that catches you off guard. So like, can I truly like be with you if I've never seen you angry? Can I be with you if I've never seen you, like in a financial bind? Can I be with you if I've never seen how you treat a waiter or waitress at a restaurant when your order gets messed up? Because like in a moment's notice, somebody's personality can show you something that you've never seen before. I literally have
Yep.
been out on a date, and when a girl gets rude to a waitress because somebody in the kitchen messed up an order, like I'm not going out with you again because
No, you're not mature.
you're not mature. Like one, you don't understand that mistakes happen, period. But two, you're then taking your frustrations out on a person who had no control over what took place. So like you don't even have regulation over your own emotions. So then what does that look like when there's hardship in a relationship? So like you
Right.
need to see these aspects of people. And I think that was more his message than just, oh, go struggle with somebody. No, no, no. Like, can that person truly lift you up when you're down because a family member died? Can they help you make a decision about which job you should choose? Because yes, one of them provides more money, but one of them is going to allow you to spend more time with your family, or one of them is going to allow you to have peace of mind. And truly, when you clock out, you walk away from your work. Whereas the other one, yes, you got such and such and such, but you got to bring a lot of that home with you, and it weighs on you emotionally. Can they help you navigate those tough decisions? Like that's what struggle looks like. It's not just, oh, we got to be broke together. And if that's all you heard,
Yeah.
you missed the moment.
Yeah. You missed literally. I would argue you missed literally the entire message.
Mm.
The entire message. The whole point of the message. Struggle reveals character, right? As you said, a person that cannot handle struggle, can't handle adversity, that falls apart at the slightest hint of adversity, is probably not somebody that it's going to be fruitful for you to grow and build a relationship and a bond with. Like you have to be rock solid, and I'm talking about the guys and the ladies, for the fellas and for the ladies. You got to be rock solid because yeah, we're strong, we're physically strong and all of that stuff, but there are times where we ain't gonna be strong. So we gonna need you to lean on, just like you need us to lean on, right? We're gonna quite literally need each other. So and I think that's more so the central point. Everybody looks attractive when they win it.
Mm.
Everybody's attractive when you win it.
Preach.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you got a swag about you. You got something else about you. You got that je ne sais pas, right?
Qua,
Je ne sais pas. I
qua.
don't know what, right? But you got that, and everybody. When you winning, when you're on top, when you win the apex, and we SSS. Y'all know what it is. You know what time it is when you're in that, right? When you're not winning, all of a sudden suddenly become a little bit less attractive, it seems, right? all of a sudden, you seem to be a little bit more on an island. There's always going to be people that want to be around you when everything is going great, and they scatter like like bugs when things are not so great. And that again, and I think that is a point not just for relationships as far as men and women. I think that's important as far as relationships as far as friends,
Hmm.
you know because it's easy to be the friend when you having everybody over to the crib every other weekend. You got the pool and the bottles going. I mean, just everything is just rocking and rolling, right? It's easy to have allies then, but when shit hits the fan, when things aren't as, yeah, welcome to Baltimore. You gotta love the sirens. When that wasn't the soundboard. That's
That was
real
all
life.
Baltimore. That
That's
was
all
Baltimore.
Baltimore. That's it. But there's, anyway, you gotta take that as a metaphor, in a real direction when it comes to relationships, intimately as well as platonic.
Yeah. I
So
again, if you're focused on one thing, you're gonna miss the big thing. And
yeah,
ooh, Yvette, there you are. I won't argue with you. Pull a comment up. So right, who wants to struggle? The struggle will definitely build you, but don't rely on it for God to bring you who you need. He gives us common sense to decide who we need. I'm I'm gonna respectfully disagree. Um, that
ooh,
all
okay,
well for one, let's start here. All sense ain't common.
that's
So
fair.
and like particularly when we're in relationship with God, but we're still human, we miss a lot of things that are designed for us because they don't look the way that we want them to. And those are, I would say, like, of all the TikToks, those are probably the best ones to me. The ones that be like, you talking to God, and the God is like, here it is, and you like, well, that ain't really what I meant. Like, can you, like, God, is this the one? Yes. Well, but it's, it ain't the height that I was looking for. No, but that's the one. But they don't really drive the car. Like, but I mean, that's really like what life has looked like all too often. Like, we will pray for something and then ignore, or not recognize what it is that we prayed for because it didn't come gift wrapped with a label
Mm,
on it that says this is what you
mm,
prayed for.
mm.
One of my favorite movies, like of all time, I want to say is Bruce Almighty. It's either Bruce
Yeah,
Almighty
yeah,
or Evan Almighty, but
love that one.
so she's I think it's probably Bruce, and she's sitting at the bar, or Evan, one of them. But go watch them both and figure it out.
They
Uh,
both were good. Bruce Almighty's my favorite, but
yeah,
yeah, they both are good.
but the wife is sitting at the bar, and she, like, God pulls up beside her, and when she's talking to him, he's like something to the effect of, when you pray for patience, does God give you patience, or does He give you moments that, like, allow you to be patient?
Yeah,
When you
yeah,
pray for your family to be like more of a tight knit unit, does He give you warm fuzzy feelings, or does He, create opportunities for you all to grow and bond with each other? And so, like, if we're praying and expecting it to look sweet and beautiful and all these things, you're going to miss what it is that you pray for, because it rarely, if ever, looks exactly how we expect it to when we go to pray for it. So, like, that common
yeah.
sense thing, it ain't always common.
I agree completely. I totally agree. I totally agree. And that I think that central point is that, if you, and I think again that applies to everything. Truth is parallel. So, if you pray for patience, yes, you're gonna get opportunity to be more patient. If you pray for leadership, you're probably gonna get more adversity that's gonna bring the leader out of you. If you pray for more financial gain, you're probably going to get a whole lot of financial struggle that you have to learn from, and learn from your bad habits. I'm talking to me, learning from your bad habits, doing things the right way. I'm talking to me, I'm letting y'all listen.
Yeah.
Okay. Learn from all those bad habits, those bad spending habits, those bad saving habits, or whatever it is. That's probably what it is. So people tend to think of prayer and God, as prayer as a magic trick and God as a genie. You know what I'm saying? God grants you 3 wishes. You say, God, I want more money. It just done. That's not how it works. You know, God, I need a man. So granted. You know what I'm saying?
What do you wish? What do you wish?
That's right. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so yeah, it's not like that. It's not like that.
Okay. No,
But before we get to, because I see some of these comments going
yeah.
up too. Yeah. We're gonna get to we getting there. But before that, I'm excited about this one. Welcome back to the stage, the Kamikaze. He made it out of the longest line in the history of the world. He's back. Poof! It is granted.
Man, I've been out and about in these streets, working, being the broke college kids, joking about the broke part, being the wise college kid, a responsible guy. But I'm glad that I made it. Good to be with y'all, fellas. It's another Friday. For those of you who I haven't seen, missed y'all, thank y'all. I've been listening behind. I'm all caught up and I'm ready to get into it. Let's go.
Bad. Let's get it, man. Turn up, bro. Well, you know what the topic at hand is, man. What's your thought on this so far?
Well, I would like to say Kevin did hit a few of my points, and listening in on it, I started to think on that old saying when your parents were always listening to you go on your rants about who your friends were, like when you were going through school, going through work, and they would always say, be careful who your friends are. Be careful who you call your
Be careful who you call your frozen.
Damn.
relationships. You're not going
Pause. Wait, hold on. You froze for like a good, like 6-7 seconds?
Be careful who you call your friends. That's where we got you.
Yeah, that's what we got you, bro.
We good?
I think we're back.
Yeah, I did lose y'all for a minute, but like I was saying,
Walk through the bad part of the house.
Must have been. Sorry, I was trying to get myself ready to pour. But
Facts. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. What up? Yeah.
But like I was saying, you want to be careful, and especially guarding yourself and guard who you bring into your life, especially when it comes to someone that's going to be there through your struggle, or someone who might just be there for money. Like everybody's going to have their reason and their season, and God will show you how to differentiate between those.
Yeah, he ain't
necessarily looking for somebody that's going to be there for your wallet or somebody that's going to be there for your well-being. Choice is all in your hands. That's the ball in your court. And cheers to that.
Ooh, hold up, man. Let me pour up for that one. Hold on, dog.
Wallets and well-being. We can, okay, go ahead and fix a whole nother drink on that note.
Man, Q, was good to have you back, man. You coming in dropping bars on us. But that's real though. And let me just say,
not viewed.
Facts. Let me say that this applies to women as well as men. Both applies to women as well as men.
I was literally headed in that direction. And
yeah, I know. I figured.
When we hit that topic a couple weeks ago about, the length of relationships that or friendships, for women, like, and saying that men shouldn't date women who haven't had like 10-year, 8 to 10 year plus relationships. It's because like there's something to be said about that type of relationship. Like if you go in a friendship, because friendships are not just, hey, can we go to brunch together? Can we go to the club together? It's, hey, you haven't been taking care of your business lately. What's going on with you? How can I help to get to that point? Or like, no, that's a good man that you got. You need to stop entertaining these, clown dudes and, focus on your relationship. Like, it's not just the person who like praises you, what you're doing. It's the person who calls you out on your bull and says like, I know you're better than that. And so if you're running from that accountability, then it's going to translate into everything that you do. Like chances are you're not accountable for your job. Chances are you're not accountable, for yourself, for your actual relationships beyond your friendship. So like, there is a ton of stuff that goes into that. And I mean, like, even for us, last week, y'all pulled up on me because I needed that. And y'all knew that I needed that. So like, y'all are not just my frat brothers, y'all are my friends, but y'all are my family because I know that I can depend on you all, when the stuff gets dark. So yes, we
Right.
can up
Yeah.
to it, down to it all day. But, when I'm grieving, y'all are going to be there for me when, what I'm saying, if ever I'm not handling my responsibilities, y'all are going to be the first ones to say, yo, Kev, I know you're better than this. Like what's going on and what do
Yep.
we need to do to help you to get to that point? That's what our circle looks like. So
Yeah. Yep.
you got to own that thing.
That's something I hear often, that men don't hold men accountable. I hear this growing narrative from women that we don't tell each other that we shouldn't you know cheat, or we shouldn't hit women, or we shouldn't do other things. And the fact of the matter is that is completely untrue. We absolutely have that conversation, but you're not going to stop a grown man from doing what a grown man's going to do. I can't stop nobody from doing anything.
I'll
I can
tell
have
you,
a conversation. I'll tell them. Absolutely, I'll tell them.
but I can't stop you.
I can't stop anything. I'm not Superman. I'm not jumping in front of them. I ain't taking no bullets for no girls that I didn't make or make with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. So it's not going down at all. I ain't jumping in front of none of that, because that's not, but I'll tell them, hey man, that's not cool. And you know what else I'll do? I probably, me personally, I probably distance myself from people like that. Like,
Also,
I can't support that. Like, certain things I just can't get down with. So, cool, you go that way. I love you, but from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
because
Um,
that's a spiritual thing. Like,
yeah,
if
yeah,
you're like, if there are things about you that are toxic on the spiritual side, demonic,
yep,
then I can't associate with that because there is a large chance that some of that is going to rub off on me. So like
yep,
I have
yep,
to align myself with people whose, spirits carry things that are beneficial to me, you know.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought you was gonna say more Q. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying Kevin hitting all the right points. I absolutely agree with him.
Yeah.
Because I said it all comes along with the title of people use it usually, but the spirit of discernment. So
Mm.
we're on the same page, man.
We preaching better than y'all saying amen.
Yeah, way better than y'all saying amen. We did get an amen in the comments earlier.
There it is.
There
There
we
you go.
go. There we go.
Oh,
See,
we got one. Praise
she with it.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got one. Let's look at this one real quick. I got a friend right now whose hubby is upset with
Mm.
me because I didn't tell him she cheated.
Baby, that's a topic all in and of itself. Woo.
Ooh.
That's a topic all in and of itself. Ooh,
Ooh.
ooh, ooh,
Ooh.
ooh.
Hey, Q, can you
Right,
write that
write
down
it down.
somewhere? Can you write, because I wanna dive into this next week. Yeah, we got to get into this next week.
Oh yes, sir.
Because there's another topic similar to this. I shared it on my Facebook page about a week or so ago, sometime in the last week. And it was a guy who went down to the club, and he saw his friend's daughter down at the club with a fake ID and all that. And bottom line is, he said, "Yeah, I'm go home now, or I'm gonna tell your dad." And then she says, "If you tell him, I'm gonna tell him that you brought me down here and you got me the fake ID and you were trying to touch me and all that stuff." And that froze him in his tracks. And he wasn't sure if he should say anything because of whether he'll believe him or believe her, or whatever the case may be. These are all related topics,
Yeah.
and I don't know if we have time to get into that right now.
And yeah, we got to hold it because also what we were talking about. There's literally an episode of the Carmichael Show that hit that point. So yeah, we gonna hold that one. But that's a real thing. But what I will say is,
Ooh, that's a good one.
if you're asking me, you did what you were supposed to do, because like it's about your relationships. So like I'm not gonna skip a step to like address the problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like just like Trey's my frat brother. He's married to Savannah, and me and Savannah are friends. However, Trey is my frat brother, so I'm not gonna skip Trey to go to Savannah. I'm gonna address Trey for whatever needs to be taken care of with him and Savannah, because he's my frat brother. He's my pro fight. I knew him first. I've known him longer. Yes, I have a relationship with his wife. She's like a sister to me, but still, like, deference says go to Trey first. Like, so if that you did the right thing, you know, that's just we gonna
dive into that one, because there's another related topic similar to that. There was a guy that a girl who called her brothers to come beat up her baby father because they had an argument, and the baby father, I think, and the brother got shot, or the two brothers got shot. Somebody got shot.
Yeah,
you know,
if you come and
because of that. That's, I mean, you're just running that risk. You don't know what people got on them. You just running that risk.
Squeegee boys.
That part. And there was and nobody, let me be clear about that. Nobody was right in that situation. Nobody.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Nobody. The squeegee boys wasn't right. The dude that got out the car, the unfortunately deceased, God rest his soul, he wasn't right neither though. Like, nobody was right here. You know, but whatever. We'll get to. Ooh, y'all ain't ready. Y'all, Elizabeth, Liz, listen. They're not ready. Y'all get ready next week. Next week is gonna be something. We're gonna get into that one.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of which, get y'all drinks ready, because this one, this one's a doozy. All right. So men lie, right?
Women lie. Numbers don't lie. That's what Weezy said. That's what Jay-Z said.
That's the only thing that doesn't lie. But this is interesting. This is a very interesting subject, and I think it starts out interestingly, and it basically goes that men lie and women wear makeup. Which one is a bigger lie, and why do men lie and women wear makeup? Let's talk about it. I got some ideas. I got some thoughts. Get your drinks ready. Hold on. Let me pour mine. I'm out of protocol. Hold on. My bad.
Wait for it.
Hold up.
We back. We live. We'll edit this part out later. Not playing.
It's organic. It's
what we do.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, babe. Let's go up to it. So this one, again, as always, another interesting one here. Let's look at it. Let's do the same thing we did with the last one. Let's just jump in. Dive in. Oh, however that shit goes. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that shit.
They see where women fall in love with what they hear.
That's why men lie and women wear makeup.
Yeah. Women keep wanting to date up and up and up and up. And then on top of that, there's a rising, growing number of single, childless women. I want to say it's over 50% of women over 30 are single and childless. And it's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because women don't want to settle. They'd rather be alone than settle for a guy that they view as average. But they shouldn't. The only reason they view him as average is because they've been sleeping with guys out of their league. Because those guys would sleep with her, but they'd never wife her. Men fall in love with what they see, where women fall in love with what they hear.
That's why men lie and women wear makeup.
Yeah. Women keep.
And here we go. Why is Kevin froze like that? Is that legit? I'm about to say, why is he frozen like that? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, thought he had me fooled though.
I was
He
doing
definitely
that too.
did. I was like,
can you hold this out any longer? I start glistening. Yeah,
I start tearing up over here. and shit.
but whew, cute.
So there was a lot loaded into that.
Very quick clip.
Yeah, I'll start. I guess we can start at the top, right? So why do men lie and women wear makeup? And their synopsis is because women are attracted to what they hear, which is why men lie, and men are attracted to what we see, which is why women wear makeup. First question: do you agree with that statement?
Q.
Now, this is by and large we're talking about, okay? All right, because I actually there's another little point too. I'm gonna go
You
into
look
that.
like
But
you need some time to think.
I want to say I agree with it to a certain extent. Being that, yes, men, we do like what we see, but at the same time, women are also attracted to the materialistic things or the things that they can see themselves doing in the future with what a guy might have. So, to that
That's fair.
extent,
Okay.
I'll say it goes both ways. So, a guy's going to lie pretty much because it's going to be like a job interview. You know, especially when you're first meeting a woman, you're going to try to put all the best attributes out that you can to be impressive for her to pull your resume to be like, yeah, he's the one. But on the other hand, you know, women do the same thing. Instead of showing us the real you, we see beautified you with layers and layers of makeup. Be comfortable in yourself and let us see you for you. That's my thought.
So, again, I'm like on that, like kind of on that sphere that we send our representatives, and this is why they say like it takes roughly like 3 to 4 months to start to see like the real person, because it's only so long. What they say, only so long fake thugs can pretend. So it's only but so long that like you can keep up this facade of what Q said, all of the best of you. Like eventually you're gonna fart in front of somebody. Like eventually, like there's gonna be something that normalizes you. And so like we do put our best foot forward, which is fair. When you fill out that job application, of course you can work on weekends, but then when you get the job, I can't do Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So like, you have to sell yourself in that way.
I hate that shit, by the way. I'm sorry. I pet peeve. I'm sorry. I'm triggered. I'm triggered still.
I saw it coming. Fresh off the T-Mobile, I saw it coming. And Liz, for the record, y'all can't fart around us. Just like clean your insides. Y'all need to poop on a regular. That's a conversation for another day. I'm just saying, like everybody farts. It don't stink if you clean your insides on a regular. Whatever. Put more fiber in your diet. But I think the aesthetic part is important. That literally men and women, we see the aesthetic first. Like I don't look at a woman from across the room and say, "Damn, she got a good personality." No, like it's her face card. It's either approved or declined, and if her face card is approved, then we can go from there. Like, but also I can, if you're smart enough, you can assess where you are and then assume some things about a person based on that. So, for instance, if I meet you in a gym, I can assume one of two things. Either you're a person who cares about their health, or you're a person who's working to better their health. Why else would you be like in the gym? So, you know what I'm saying? If I meet you in a church, I can assume one of two things. You're a person who's like working on your spiritual like health and relationship with God, or like you're trying to fix, like you're there for a reason. So like where I meet you would have a lot to do with what I can assume about your personality. So I can take some of those things in, but then our conversation allows me to learn, is that really what it is? Because we know some people who will go to the gym, they'll do a little 20-minute workout and be like, oh damn, I'm proud of myself. Let me go to
that was fun.
Five Guys and get a burger. Like now you've canceled everything about what you just did. Those people who get the memberships on New Year's and then they go like the first week and then you never see them again until New Year's of the next year. So like, again, you let your guard down at a point. So I do think there's some truth to it, but like there's so many nuances that it's hard to unpack it in just that way. Because especially now, like, you know, women will be quick to tell you, well, I didn't dress like this for a man's attention. I didn't put on makeup for a man's attention. I like to do makeup. I like to, you know, try some different things out and feel pretty like this. I like the way I look in this dress. Like, it's more about them now, I would say now, than it is about getting a man's attention. So there is a lot of things that goes into it. And even for us, well, actually, that's a lie. Like for us, I think we do a lot of things we do because we know that these things are attractive to women. Like, for what it's worth, I'm personally not pressed to keep my hair cut every 2 weeks, but I know I'm at my best with a fresh cut. And that makes me, you know, more attractive to the opposite sex. So like, we do some things to like make ourselves the most attractive. I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I agree with you. And side note, Elizabeth, look, I do prefer a woman just fart around me. Like, don't give me that little BS excuse. Oh, I'm a lady. Ladies don't fart. We don't do that. Cut the bull crap. We human. It's natural.
But that
Cut
was
it loose, sis. Cut it loose.
A baby book. Everybody poops. Everybody poops.
Y'all
Nah,
right. I just wasn't
some of them people
expecting
be
them
shit.
to say
They
that.
don't poop. They shit.
Grow up. And
I just wasn't expecting them to say it.
And most of us, we 30 plus. Stop.
Facts.
Somebody's checking your colon soon. So
you damn 30 plus tonight. You on this show, you 30 plus for all we concerned.
Somebody's checking your colon soon. Everybody poops, everybody farts. Let's grow up.
It happens. No, you know, and in real life, where is it? It's true. It's true. You know, and my response to that was pretty much to fart right back. So, you know, so long as it's established here that I too am gonna break a little wind. I might have to, you know, I might have to cut my little butt trumpet solo. You know what I'm saying? These, long as it's understood that we all on the same page, I don't give a All right, back to the topic at hand. All right, so facts, y'all right. I think both are true. I think both things are true. I think it's true that everybody is initially attracted to what they see most of the time, right? Although I have, you know, I certainly have hell, I've been in situations where I didn't initially find somebody attractive and then got to know them a little bit and got to learn about their personality and everything. And they, you know, kind of became more attractive over time. So that's happened. I've also experienced the exact opposite where I thought a woman was drop dead gorgeous and then got to talking to her and was like, ugh. You know, and all of a sudden she started looking like Smeagol. Yeah, he's suddenly looking like Smeagol out here. Precious. You know what I'm saying? So so I think everybody's attracted to that. I think it's a poignant point that women are attracted to what they hear. Here's what I mean by that. We've heard all our life about, you know, whispering sweet nothings in their ear. We heard about pillow talk and, you know, things of that nature. I would say that a lot of men have been more successful with some of the women they were successful with because of some of the things they said and some of the types of things they said, more so even than the fact that they were attractive in that person's eyes. You know, we've watched people lie their way into and out of relationships and so on and so forth, right? So I think that's a very, very true statement. I think if you say the right stuff, obviously I think it's got to be coupled with you doing what you know, following through with what you say. That part, you know. But I'm also a man of integrity. Like, we're men of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, integrity is by definition doing what you say you're going to do. So, so that's it. So I think both are true. And I think it's very true of men that we're attracted to women based on how they look. Absolutely, I think that's true. Probably more so than what they say. I would argue more. So maybe it's more so just in the opposite direction. We care more about how they look than we do about what they say. And maybe they care more about what we say than about how we look.
Because listen, all right, here's where I get controversial, because what women say don't be making sense a lot of times.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Listen, I love y'all. Ask a woman what she wants to eat. Let's start there.
I'm gonna load a gospel song into this.
Like, please, okay?
Church organ.
Ask a woman what she wants to eat. I don't care. It's whatever. All right, so let's go here. No, I don't want that. All right, well, let's go here. No, I don't want that. Okay, then. So what do you want? Because we gonna find something on the menu regardless of where we go. The woman is not gonna want the place at all. So that's really like stuff that be coming out their mouth be extra wild more often than not. And we love y'all. Y'all just emotional creatures. Men tend to operate off of logic. Women tend to operate off of emotion. So,
at least more so.
More so. Again, nothing is true 100% of the time. Shout out to Intro to Logic, our T squares and syllogism. There's not an all, every, that kind of thing. But more often than not, women tend to operate off of emotion and men off of logic. So stuff just be coming out your mouths, and it don't always make sense.
It'd be the first thing that they feel, whatever,
Yeah, so
first thing they feel.
So to us, we're gonna let that go in one ear and out the other, because we know only a portion of that is actually sensical. The rest of it is just, it's wild. It's wild. We love y'all.
It's true. It's true. And it's not all the time. I was gonna say it's not all of you, but it is. It's just not all the time. It is. It is all of you. Look. It is.
It's just funny the way it came out.
Just saying. It is all of you. It's just not all the time for some of you, and I'll give you that. But
just that mixture of emotion and impulse.
That's why you need balance. You can't be nobody. It can be too. You can't be too emotional. You can't be too logical. I see it. You can't be too emotional. You can't be too logical. You got to have a little bit of balance in all directions.
Agreed.
And I know I made her mad because she got typos. That's
my first comment is, can you hear the sass in this? Can you hear the sass? My first comment is,
first of all, with no second of all. That's with
no second of all. Love it. All right, Monique. Listen to what we're talking about here. The point of women not knowing what we want to eat feels unnecessary to bring up, even if it's true and a fair point. Hey, look. That's what I'm saying is that's why we care less about what you say and more about how you look. That's a prime optimum example. Oh, that was funny.
Random but valid. Y'all notice we ain't heard from Yvette, right? She died.
She passed out 600 milligrams.
600 milligrams. So I'll say 300 because she said it was two of them in the pack. She had one. So
my goodness, a 300 milligram gummy?
It's still a lot though.
Where do y'all get these gummies? I ain't had one that knocked me out yet.
The whole thing.
Listen, so what I'll say, like I said, the Stonio, if you get Stonios, which are the weed Oreos, There are 2 of them in a pack. That's a 500 milligram pack. So each cookie is 250. So I'm not saying it's far-fetched for there to be a 300 milligram something, but she also should have took a nibble instead of 1. And we ain't heard from her. So
She passed out.
Are
She
you
gonna
still
pass-
there,
passed
Yvette?
out. We're gonna see her on the polo tomorrow evening.
she's staring at the outside of the fridge, trying to imagine what's inside of it.
Try to figure out what the crap just
Yeah.
happened.
Love you, Mo.
Okay, so we got a second point here. Uh-oh. See, it was her only point, but now we done triggered a second point. Oh boy,
Lord.
here we go. Well,
We had-
I'm looking forward to that, but in the meantime, I'm gonna move on to a little bit more of what she said. Yeah, poor Yvette. Move on to a little bit more of what she's or what was said.
Should have said poor Tink Tink.
Poor little
Oh no,
Tink Tink.
tink tink.
She ain't gonna see this till Sunday evening. She gonna wake up Sunday around 7 o'clock
Right.
talking
Confused.
about, oh, I missed it. I missed the show.
Nah, you were here and then you were gone.
And then you was going, you floated away.
Well, for my edible friends, that's a lesson learned. It's not about when it happens. Well, no, it is about when it happens. You got to be careful because it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Mercy.
Not
Mercy.
like when you smoke, you can expect that feeling. It's just like, all right, this tastes good. It's, oh crap, I'm high.
Yeah, smoking, you get to kind of work your way up, right? You get to kind of decide, am I up there enough? One more puff. Okay. Yeah.
Instead
You
of getting
know?
hit by that Mack truck of marijuana all at one time.
Oh man, I still have not had a gummy that's done that to me yet. So, those of y'all, we got, what was it, Stonios?
Find them.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. Find them. I
right.
do want to go back to Savannah's point, and it's about you, but it's about her. When she said, like if and if he didn't like it, well, at least I knew to walk away before I became too invested. And like for me, I used to view this as a crutch, or a negative thing about me, but now it just is what it is. Like I'm going to show you exactly who I am right away, so that you can first, I'm not wasting your time, but you also not gonna waste mine.
You're not wasting my time.
Yeah.
Hello.
I want you to know who I am. So if feeling if sharing my feelings is too much because it's too early, cool. I know that you can't handle that, but
Yeah.
you can never say I wasn't exactly who I was from the jump. And
Right.
that's the only thing about putting our facade on, is that then you become a person who you weren't. And to Trey's trigger point, again, if you say you can work weekends and then you get the job and now you can't work, I'm frustrated as a manager, as a team lead, because I then have to create something different because you're not who you said you were when you interviewed for this job. And our friendships and relationships look a lot like that. If you pretended to be a good listener and pretended to be a person who showed up in the darkest hour until you got to clapping the cheeks, until you got to, borrowing the car to get to work, until you got to that point, and then you became someone else. Now the person has to unpack who you said you were versus who you really are. And that's damning. That's damning to people's emotions, because they fell for something that you aren't.
That's the worst thing. Like we said, I don't like being lied to. The worst thing about deceit. Deceit is the lie wrapped up in the truth. It's a lie wrapped up in the truth, right? It's you pretending that you're this way or you are this way while everything is all good. Going back to our original point about the struggle, it's easy to be the easy listener. Oh yeah, it's so easy to talk to when I don't got nothing going on, or when I only got something going on for a week. you know, but when I got something going on and I'm really working my way through it,
Mm.
are you there? Can you be there? Can you have my back? Can you encourage me? Can you give me space when I need space? Can you recognize that it's probably not best for me to be by myself right now? Can you recognize that? Because I might not be in a state where I can recognize that. So can you
And
recognize that?
and to jump on top of that, like even if you know that it's not best for me to be by myself right now, can you be in this space with me and shut up?
Mm,
Because like no, I don't need to be by myself, but I also don't need you to be like constantly in that moment asking me, what am I thinking, what am I
yeah.
feeling, am I okay? Like no, just be like.
Sometimes you just need a second. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that's, that's what we when we say like see the seasons of people, because if you've only seen them at their best, to hit a moment like that would make you think that they're being somebody who they're not, which is
Right.
not true. People are allowed to like feel things at points in time, and they could not even see it coming. Like, and
Yeah.
again, speaking back about my frat brothers showing up for me at my point of need, they literally were like, we were laughing and joking and having fun. We did this show 2 weeks ago. Literally, once when I closed my laptop 2 weeks ago, I broke down. And they wouldn't have known it because we finished a great show and got off. But because I wasn't doing my normal things after that, they knew something wasn't right about me, and then moved from that point to see what was going on with me. So like you have to see people in those seasons in order to know how to navigate with them in the tumultuous points. Like, so you got to get everything about somebody, or like they're just not your true friends. They can be friends. They not the truest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No facts.
Yeah, I
No,
believe that.
this is a good point right here too, man. Sometimes we need to be the little spoon, man. And okay, hey, look, man. It
And there's
feels
nothing
weird
wrong
to
with that
say
because
out
I'll play that
loud.
little spoon role sometimes.
No, I like my
Yeah,
woman to be the big spoon.
yeah. I look. I totally prefer to be the big spoon, but look. Let's be real, man. Sometimes I can't, and that's when I need my wife. Sometimes I just can't, and that's when I need her. That's exactly why I need her.
Absolutely.
So it goes. We as we were talking about before. Okay. He's on audio for a minute. That's cool. He's gonna randomly start talking. It's gonna be weird as hell. But in the end,
Dad,
there you go.
dad stuff.
Facts. Oh, say no more. Say no more. But yeah, anyway, so I don't remember what the hell I was about to say. I lost my train of thought. So yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
you did say you
in
was
the
going to
end,
cover
fuck yeah. No, I think what she said is a very valid point about how men lie and women lie, or men lie and women wear makeup. There was something else she said. She said women wanting to keep dating up and up and up. Let me go to that real quick.
Okay.
She said a little bit more.
Wanting to date up and up and up and up.
Women.
And then on top of that, there's a rising, growing number of single childless women. I want to say it's over 50% of women over 30 are single and childless. And it's growing. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger because women don't want to settle. They'd rather be alone than settle for a guy that they view as average. But they shouldn't. The only reason they view him as average is because they've been sleeping with guys out of their league. Because those guys would sleep with her, but they'd never wife her.
She's mad.
I was gonna say that, like, that's the part that sticks out to me, is immediately the arm folding crossing thing.
The
And
eye roll, the disdain,
yeah,
the scorn. Look at that.
yeah, and like I want to say, for me, I feel like the term average as it pertains to a woman, and again, women tell me that I'm wrong. Like seriously,
Go in.
let me know if I'm wrong. Is to believe that a man is average because of his income. So by that standard, I'm an average man. Like, I'm a school teacher. We all know school teachers are underpaid and overworked. but like I don't consider myself an average man because I have qualities that far exceed anything that I can do financially, because we know there are a ton of men who can spend every last dollar that they have on you, fly you to this place and that place, pay for this bill and that bill, but never speak to you spiritually, emotionally, like, and cover you in that way. And so like they're financially rich, but they're emotionally and spiritually poor. And so like, the question is, what do you consider average? I feel like in this context, that is like kind of the direction that she was going, that, up and up and up, men that are out of their leagues are, the ones that pour up, and just like pour money into a situation, not necessarily up and up and up because they, challenge you to chase your dreams. And like, that's not the conversation that she's having. So like, we'd be quicker to be called an average man for having an average salary than we would be for being called an average man for the things that we do beyond the financial scope.
Good point. Good point. I'm gonna come back to that Q.
What I would say was, with her saying dating up and up, we kind of touched on that a little bit when we were talking about the laws of attractiveness
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, what I got out of it is women are all, like I said, it might not be what we consider normal, but a lot of women do get attracted to the 6-figure incomes, what kind of car you drive, what name brand clothes you have on, instead of looking for that Mr. Right, who might not be in the best of attire. He might just be in some simple Walmart jeans and a button-up t-shirt trying to approach you, and you're like, nah, he basic. That ain't what I'm going for. But you want to go for a guy that's probably pulling up to a club in a Maserati that could be a rental. He might have everything that you see yourself wanting financially, but in the long run, you done missed out on Mr. Right for Mr. I'ma beat your ass, and you pretty much just be stuck with him, thinking you're in love with the right guy, just the wrong intention. Meanwhile, Mr. Right been in front of you the whole time, and you passed him up because you're trying to elevate into those monetary standards of a relationship instead of for what you actually need.
Which goes back literally to what we just finished saying about the money versus the struggle. Go ahead, Kev. I see you.
Ooh, so okay, so I need you to highlight. I need you to highlight. Yes, all right, and let's. So I'm so excited about this comment because I'm just finishing a 6-week stint at Morgan. Shout out to my Bears, which I mean, super shout out to Morgan State and always, because we're the first HBCU to partner with Amazon so that workers can have their tuition paid in full, like as they continue to work through Amazon, coming through Morgan State. We are the national treasure. Stop playing with us. Like,
stop playing.
But no, pull a comment back up. We're gonna sit there for a while. I'm fresh off of a 6-week stint of their orientations for the incoming freshman class, and every year they have me to come in and do this poem at the at the conclusion of the talent shows for each week of the orientation. And one of the lines in my piece is, "Please don't believe that Prince Charming's your mate. He stayed with Cinderella till midnight and then forgot her face and thought he could make it straight with a glass slipper that he tried on every other woman before he could get her." Like, if you pay attention to like the fairy tales, they are irrational as they can possibly get. And if and I, for what it's worth, people hate it, but I love the Amazon Prime version of Cinderella because the woman challenged the man constantly throughout the movie. Like, no, I'm not your trophy wife. I'm a woman. I'm capable of doing more than just being a princess in your fairy tale. So like, if you fall in love with this idea that Prince Charming is supposed to come and sweep you off your feet and carry you into this life of like, you are truly living in a fairy tale that does not exist, because like life doesn't look like that and relationships don't look like that. We've literally watched the royal kingdom fall apart because like for the first time ever, a divorced woman who had a kid and was Black was married into royalty, like, and they left the palace, like, so nothing looks the same anymore. Nothing. So we gotta like let go of the narrative of fairy tales and perfect endings. Like, not saying you can't have a happy ending, because happiness is out there, but perfect endings and just this unrealistic idea of what relationships look like, we gotta let it go.
I think it's the unrealistic expectation of what a perfect fairy tale ending is, right? I think that's a big problem right there. Um, I love this. I'm leaving this up, and I know the comments are still going off. I see y'all, but I, I'm gonna break this down. Sometimes women don't really know what they want, and we have a fairy tale in mind. We have a fairy tale in mind. So let me break this down real quick. Same story, Cinderella. All right. So at the end of Cinderella, what's the tagline at the end of Cinderella? And they lived happily ever after. Okay. When did the and they live happily ever after part come? Right after their wedding. And anybody that's been married, I know I'm the only one on the panel this time, that is, right? But anyone that's been married will tell you that you never feel happier and more invincible together than after your wedding. That is, if you married the right person. Whole other conversation. I did. I don't know what to tell y'all. Anyway, so the tagline "and they lived happily ever after" was, you know, the rest of that happily ever after is the fairy tale, because it implies that you're just always going to be happy, and there are never going to be bad times. There are never going to be problems. Prince Charming ain't never going to have some shit with him. You ain't never going to have some shit with you. It just implies that everything is just going to be happy. And the fact of the matter is that after the wedding is when the work starts. Like, we know after you cross is when the work begins.
After you give your life to Christ is when the
Is
devil.
when the work begins.
Okay?
After you commit that I'm gonna go the way God tells me to go, right after that is when crap goes crazy. So you can't again, it's the fairy tale that our mind completes in our head without context or information. We see them ride off into the sunset, and we just assume that, oh, I can't wait till I find my Prince Charm. We don't know what happened after that. After that, they had some. Hey, guess what? After that, Cinderella had her period, and Prince Charming probably wasn't feeling it. After that, Prince Charming probably got stressed out by his overbearing daddy and had a lot of crap to go through that he was talking to Cinderella about, and Cinderella ain't want to hear it because she was like, "You think you got problems? Let me tell you about my stepmama." Or I'm totally projecting the story like you guys would be doing if you assumed that all things were just happy.
You know what? I even like that we even use this analogy of Prince Charming and fairy tales, because it kind of dives into my idea of how not only us as individuals, but us as a society, we project on each other what a relationship should be, when the actual projection that we put out isn't like one size fit all for every relationship. Because honestly speaking, when you look at the actual stories, these fairy tale stories where Snow White, Cinderella, and all these people are happily ever after, have you ever read the real stories?
Yeah, right,
The extra wow.
right. We got the Disney massaged version of all of these fairy tales. Because really, Frozen was a crap story. It was pretty jacked up. The Little Mermaid was totally jacked up.
The only
Just
story
saying.
I love right now is Moana, because she ain't. I mean, there was no romantic partner in that movie. Shout out to Moana.
Fair enough. Big facts.
Because
No
I was like,
romantic
I
music
actually
at all.
take the real story over the Disney projections, because when you think about it, Prince Charming didn't even marry his princess in the actual story. That's more practical. You can't expect for every prince that come into your life to be the one that's going to be your perfect fit. I'd rather take that than this the sugar coated stuff that they throwing out here, projecting to us what it should be.
But again, I hate that story so much because Prince Charming danced with this woman all fucking night.
One time.
But
Well,
it's still
not
like,
even all night. He danced with her until about 11:30.
but I'm just saying, like, if I'm like, if you are that outstanding and I'm in your face to slow dance with you until you hear that bell start to click, I know your face. So as I race through town, I'm not having you try the shoe on. I'm looking for your face. Stop playing.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. But at the same time, if I'm a prince, I'm probably not. I'm probably sending somebody out to
Also,
go
I
find her
mean,
too.
fair
So,
enough.
and I'm probably gonna say, all right, this shoe fell off her foot. If she fit this shoe, bring
But
her in. But then if you bring in the wrong chick, I'm gonna know her
I was
face,
gonna say,
and I'm
but
gonna say,
also,
nah,
I mean,
that ain't the one.
you know, how many women are wearing a 7? Like a few, quite a few. So again, like, I'm going looking for your face. If I fall in love with you from this dance, I'm looking for your face. I'm not forgetting it. I don't care whether you in rags or riches. I know your face.
Yeah,
I hate it.
that's fair.
I hate it.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. What the shit? Hold up.
Did he?
Okay.
Was he crunching?
I don't
Did
know
he have
what,
crunching
what
lunch?
happened, but
Did he find a prize in the Cracker Jack box? What?
he's got that 420 cereal he eating over there.
Jeez, what?
I don't know what happened. All right, there we go. Okay, we live, y'all.
But no, this, I mean, like, and literally, this is like a
I feel that. I
conversation
feel you.
that could go on and on and on. There's, I mean, it's, you know, there are a ton of nuances, a ton of things to unpack. I just, like, I've never been a fan of fairy tales, and like, I do truly feel like I like expressed that the greatest when I got to this piece, because like it's always been unrealistic. I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. However, I'm a realist too. So like, my romantic side wants me to always do well for you, but I'm also logical enough to say I may not always necessarily feel like being romantic, but I understand that you need romance whether I feel like it or not. So
Sure.
like, and that's, you know, like, relationships need that the same way work does. I don't feel like showing up to work every day. However, I know if I show up, I have to do my job.
Yeah.
Relationships should look the same way. You may not feel like showing up every day, but because you made a choice to be in that relationship, when you show up, you still have obligations, you still have responsibilities to your partner, because that's a commitment that you made.
Yeah. In the end, you know, you got to show up as best as you can for the people that you choose to be with, and you know, and especially I would say at our age, you know, being in our 30s, like uh if the dating is a microcosm of what you'll deal with when you get married, right? It has to be, right? Because you're going to take this person's going to grow. Yes, they're going to grow up and, you know, out and all this other stuff, right? Um but by and large, how volatile your relationship is before you get married is only a sample size of how volatile it'll be after you get married, right? And that's the thing. That's the thing. So if you're in a toxic relationship now, chances are when you get married, it's only going to be worse. It's just going to be amplified, right? And exacerbated by, you know, marriage stuff like, you know, kids, houses, other such bills, cars, credit, etc. Cleanliness. You know what I'm saying?
But damn it, credit and cleanliness of the things you said, they should have been addressed before marriage.
I totally agree. But the thing is, all of it should be addressed
I
before
mean,
marriage.
yeah. Well, I mean,
You know?
so I'll say,
Among many other things.
yeah, but I mean, you can. So at least for the kids' part, you can talk about it beforehand. But we know you never know how you gonna react to some stuff until a kid tests your gangster. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, you know what, I will never hit my kid, and then it get a little wild one night, and you tap that leg, and it looks different in the moment. So like, you know, yes, there is, in fairness, some discussion that should happen beforehand, but there is also, much like we said with relationships, like you got to see a person in that space to know like what that looks like. Of course, at that point, it's a lot of it. It's too late because the kid's here, you know, and if they can't regulate, that's different. But you know, still, you're seeing them in that capacity. But yeah, like no, I'm with you.
Well,
Discuss.
and that's why you can't rush getting married. Like, you know, in my opinion, it's silly to, you know, like I've heard people say like, you know, yeah, we dated for, you know, a year. So, you know, yeah, I'm waiting for him to, you know, to propose to me. And I'm kind of like, a year.
Okay.
That's no time. That's no time. You know, people change a lot in the year, but people change more in 3. You know what I'm saying? You know, for me personally, you know, we waited 4. We waited 4. You know what I'm saying? Because we saw each other, to your point, in each aspect, each element of growing up and growing together, and you know, all of that stuff. So, you know, and we're through time and experience, which is something I'll reference later, because you know, when we start talking about other things, time and experience is going to be important. But I digress. Through time and experience, we were able to say, yeah, this makes sense for us to continue to move forward together. You know, and I just feel like there's not enough time, not enough experience. You haven't learned each other well enough, I don't think, in a year to make a commitment, you know, to marriage, which, you know, should be, or at least used to be, a lifetime commitment. At least used to be a lifetime commitment. But then again, words used to mean things too. So
We always find our way back.
words used to mean things. That's all you know. So, you know, anyway. It's a layered topic. Let's. There was some comments I wanted to jump to real quick. Credit.
Because baby,
Look,
if you don't know what it looks like, y'all go ahead and get married, and then try to buy that house together, and
yeah,
you see they got a 600. It's too late.
you know, and you know, you don't. That's something you don't want to be surprised by.
Mm-mm.
You know, like, it is what it is, and we're not coming at people that got bad credit. It is what it is. You start where you start, right? It doesn't matter. But you have to know that and be willing to accept the challenges that come with that, if you're going to be able to move forward. And that's maturity. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Emotional maturity. That's what that is. That's being able to say, okay, cool. You know, we're gonna have to maybe take some slow steps. Maybe we got to do things a little bit different, or not. You know, or you can't deal with that. Back to your point, I need somebody that's going to be able to be there for me when I'm going through shit for a long time. Well, I can't be there for that. You complain too much. Okay, cool. Then you go that way, and I'll keep going this way and holler at you. You know, we maybe we got to take things a little bit slower financially. Cool. Break some of them bad habits. You know, create some better habits, etc. Cool. Accept that. We got to move forward this way, and the challenges that come with that, we accept it, and we're going to go through it together. That goes back to the struggle, revealing the person you need to be with, as opposed to somebody you might just want to be with. They're not ready for us. They ain't ready for us. They ain't even Sunday. It ain't even Sunday, and we're taking you out of church. Y'all ain't ready for us.
Than you're saying.
And I think along with that, a disclaimer needs to go out there. If and when that happens, just know that that person is not turning you down. There's nothing wrong with you as a person. They just don't feel capable for that situation. They don't want to take on that situation. Disclaimer. But continue.
Facts. Well, since we own it, this is real. You know, we waited for a reason, right? I'm just saying, you know, but for both of us, we waited for a reason, right? And we went through that crap. We went through a lot of crap to get to the point where we can say, okay, this is probably the worst it's going to be. This is probably as bad as we are going to be emotionally, mentally, etc. If we can deal with this, okay, we're going to be fine. This didn't take us out. We're going to be all right. You know, so I think it's very important, especially being able to deal with somebody's temperament.
Don't shit your ass.
I think she means sit.
I know.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. But don't shit your ass though. Don't shit your ass down at the table trying to get a loan embarrassing me. No, before you go. Have y'all detected a theme here? You got to take some precautions. You got to, secure the box first.
I can tell you, my LB ain't doing bad by her. So shout out to y'all. Love you, Shawty. Love you, Ricky.
Yeah, you know it, man.
Tell my ace I miss him and love him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Ricky's my man, bro. Since high school, man. Since way back, since his freshman year, man. We go way, way back. That's my man. So I know he's doing this thing. But yeah, look, I think that's it. Don't shit. Don't shit your ass down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Know before you go. There's been a theme here is taking proper precaution
beforehand,
so
that you don't get your flight canceled. That's a word. That's a word. Let's talk about it before so you don't get your flight canceled. Okay?
Just saying. Check your bag so you don't end up having to stay in another
He might upgrade you to first class.
Listen.
He find that extra baggage, you get demoted to coach.
Speaking of baggage, check your baggage before you go to other countries.
We down to it. Good night, everybody.
I'm just saying.
Good night.
I'm just saying. Okay. Because I don't want nobody else getting got. I'm just saying. Check your bags. Check your bags.
All that baggage should be in the clear before you touch that landing strip.
You see what he did there? Did y'all see what he did there? That's a joke. That's a 2-time joke right there. See what he did there? Y'all wasn't ready for us. Y'all ain't ready for us. That's it. We done. We appreciate y'all, man. We love y'all. As always, man. Thank y'all for being here, man. Last words, Q. Last words. What you got for us?
Thank you. Time again. Day ones to our newest followers. Thank you so much for tuning in. We try to keep this as organic as possible because this is the most organic show that you can ever be on. Please tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, comment, subscribe. We love y'all for your dedication. Love you for the support and keep it coming.
Kev.
Hey, listen, we just about to hit 11 o'clock, which means you can take one more shot before you go to bed. So put one in the air for us. Whatever you do this weekend, make sure that you take some time out for you. That mental health aspect we've been talking about this for a long time. We can continue to talk about it. You got to take care of you. You cannot pour from an empty cup. I'm telling you from personal experience. So find some time to do some things for you. Make sure that you are taken care of. Think about it like on a flight. They tell you to secure your mask before you help the person next to you. So do some things for yourself. Make sure you're good to yourself. Be good to yourself. Be good to everybody. Everybody love everybody. Let's go.
That's what it is, man. Principles are principles no matter what, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all stopping by. Check us out again next week. We'll be back 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. As always, man, listen. Who's ready to take one more shot? Can we take one more?
Yeah.
You ain't said nothing but a word. Listen,
let's do one more.
My eyes are the highest they've been for like the last 7 shows. So either I haven't drunk enough or I'm just getting better at this.
I think it's
So
a
I
little
say we
both.
should do this last month for love, man, because self-love is the best love until you find true love. Know yourself before you get to know somebody else.
This guy's out here dropping bars again. We are preaching better than y'all saying amen out here on the most organic conversation on the internet. Y'all not ready for us, man. Let's take this shot one more time. Up to it, down to it. Y'all know how we do it. Check us out again next week, man. We love y'all. Stay true to yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. We out of here. Peace.